Welcome to our video on how to prepare your billable time and expenses for client invoices. The more time you spend preparing initially, the fewer changes you'll need to make once you begin creating your draft invoices. Your project managers tend to know the most about projects and the progress for that time frame, so we recommend utilizing them within your preparation. Today I'm looking at Gary, who's one of our project managers' dashboards. I can easily see my project billables. I see that we do have hours, expenses, schedule of payments, and materials that are potentially billable for this time frame. My first objective is going to ensure that all timesheets, expenses, and our schedule of payments are in the system and that they've been approved. So to do that, I'm going to go to Performance module up here, and I'm going to select Missing Timesheets. I can see which of my employees have not started timesheets, which have timesheets in draft, and I can also see some basic information about project or manager approvals. If one of my employees needs a reminder email, I can easily select the box to the left of their name and send that out. Keep in mind that all timesheets need to be approved prior to beginning the billing process. We also want to make sure that our expense reports have been approved. So I'm going to go back to my performance module and I'm going to go to expense reports. And here I can quickly see what has been approved and what hasn't by looking at the status. If anything is still pending approval or in draft, make sure your project managers approve those as well prior to starting your billing. Finally, we're going to check on our schedule of payments for projects. So I'm going to go to my billing module and I'm going to select schedule of payments. This shows us a list of all schedule of payments that are in our system, but you can see what has and has not been invoiced in this column here. The last step is to talk about an example of a problem. So I'm going to go to my Project Renewable Energy site and the home page here. On this dashboard, I can see that I do have actual project hours, and they're in blue, so this means they're in reference to the main contract. And the main contract is set up as a fixed fee and requires payment schedule. What we've noticed is that one of our employees has added too much time, some time outside of our original scope. So we've created an additional services and we're going to go ahead and move that employee's time. In order to do that, I am going to go to Tracking module on top. I'm going to go to my tools and I'm going to move timesheets. So my project is renewable energy and my resource is Gary. I was told that he put time on schematic design that should have been additional service in the week of 4/25. So here I'm moving to the right destination and the correct activity group. I'm going to use my green arrow to forward. And I'm going to quickly verify the total hours. So these hours are going to go from our schematic design to our new activity called additional site review, and I'm going to approve that. So let's go back to our home page on this project and see what that looks like. I'm going to refresh over here to the right. And now it looks a little different. We can see that we have project hours, some are in blue, and now I have 40 hours in red, and the red indicates that it's an additional service. You can also see in the project billables for the month that I have my schedule of payment, and I also have hours over here that are in red. Again, this is the time we've moved over to those additional services. So at this point, we're pretty much ready to create our drafts, but what we want to do is look at a pending billing report first. So I go to Billing. I'm going to go to Reports, and I select Pending Billing. I'm going to use my time frame, which is April 1st, and I'm going to bill for the month, so I'm going to bill through April 30th, and I'm going to run my report. This is going to give us pending billing for all outstanding projects right now. I'm going to select the project we've been working in right here, and you can see their original main contract and the total billable for the month. You also see my new additional services called Additional Site Review, and we see Gary's 40 hours that have been moved here. This gives us a total project billable for this month of $72,000. If you have any questions while looking at this report, you can also go to Billing and Pending Billing to the left, and this gives us a much more detailed breakdown of all of the information in the system by time, material, expense. And so everything in our system right now has been reviewed and verified, and we are ready to create our draft invoices. So in order to do that, we simply stay in our billing module and select New Invoice. And we're going to go to All Projects Automatically. What this does is create draft invoices for all projects in the system we've approved to be distributed for project managers or your other approval processes within your firm. Thank you so much.